And now for part two. It's easy to stay, it's hard to leave a situation. So you need to pat yourself on the back, clap for yourself for being one of those ones who had to step out and say, no, I don't deserve this. And I'm not going to deal with it because I know what I deserve. Not every situation or relationship is going to be perfect, but it shouldn't be a situation where you feel down every day or you feel, abused or cheated or, you got to worry about who's in his phone and who's he talking to and where was he at. And no, you need a man that's going to respect you as much as you respect him because women do that. I mean, as long as you're a good man to a good woman, she's gonna put out a lot. Like, she will love you for life. I promise you she will. But if you don't treat her right, then you're just gonna get what you deserve. And I know back then, like when I was cheated on, like back in the day, when I was cheated on, it was nothing for me to go cheat back on you. It was nothing for if you didn't come home, okay, well, I'm not coming home. But those are not the games that I'm playing in my adulthood. Like, I don't got time for none of that. Like, we're going to be together or we're not. There's no in between. If you feel like you want to be with somebody else, then you need to be with them. But there is no more settling over here. So know your worth. Know your worth and find your strength wherever it has to come from. Do it. If you need to go back to church, if you need to, go on a walk, sometimes like with older kids, talk to your kids because your kids will tell you, like, Mom, you don't deserve that. I hear the way he talks to you. I hear this, I hear that. And you shouldn't even want to let your kids down, especially if you have daughters. Like, they need to see a strong role model. And you should want to be that. Like, if you don't do it for anybody else, you should always want to do it for your kids. So, you know, find your strength in other things. Occupy your time with other things. If you wanted to go back to school, now's the time to go back to school. If you, wanted to go on vacation or go see your family out of town, now's the time to start filling your void or your loneliness with things that actually matter. Because if a man ain't treating you right, trust me, he doesn't matter. So don't settle. Don't be weak. It's not okay. A man knows when you're weak, and a man knows when he can run over you. And I would hate that for you. So yeah, I know it's hard being strong. It I'm so strong, like, man, like, is my heart okay? Because I'm really like, you could cough on me wrong, and I'm like, no, no, can't do this. It's like, it ain't that bad, but it's gotten to a point. Like, my relationships used to last for years. Now my relationships is lasting like 6 months or less because that's when people really expose themselves. Like 3 months, 3 months is when you'll really like see what type of person you're dealing with. Because people can only act for so long before they expose themselves. People can only put on an act for so long until it, is out there like, oh, okay. So this is what you've been hiding all this time. So yeah, give people some time to expose themselves because they will. And that's another reason why you just don't want to jump into something. I mean, back in the day, they called it courting, dating, whatever. Date somebody. Don't just jump into a relationship because people give off a good front. And there's a lot of people out here that's hurting, ready to take it out on somebody and hurt them. So give yourself a chance to get to know somebody. Don't be so quick to jump in a situation because a lot of heartbreak comes from being with people that you don't even know, people that you didn't even give a chance to get to know. You just was lonely, they was lonely, y'all wanted to fill a void. Then you found out that he was an alcoholic abuser. Like, nah. So, and then like men who have been single for so long. ladies, trust me. Trust, this is funny, but trust me when I say there's a reason that a man has been single for a long period of time. So take heed to that, because he's probably lying about why he's single. And it's because, in all actuality, he's no good, or pushing things on people that he doesn't even have for himself or want for himself. Some people will try to make you feel less of yourself just so they could feel better about themselves, if that makes sense. It makes sense. People will try to make you feel less of yourself just so they can feel better about themselves. So watch out for those people that really don't have good intentions at all. The ones who want you to do so much to be with them, knowing that once you complete that task, that they still ain't going to be with you. It's going to be the next task and the next task and the next task, because they don't want to be with nobody. They just want to play around. So watch for those men like that that are single and have been single for a long time, because trust me, there is a reason. Like, it's not a lot of good men out here just single for years and all that. Nah, there's a reason. So watch out for those. And then I would say just stand firm. Stand firm on who you are. That's a part of being strong, but stand firm on who you are and what you want to accept in your life. If you yourself have a car, you got a place, you got a job, you got everything on your own, then some cases, I could see helping a person if they're trying to help themselves. But if this person hasn't had a place, hasn't had a car, hasn't had a job, then that's not a person that you need to be with, because what they're going to do is take from you. And then once they get to where they are, then they're going to remove themselves, most likely. Or they'll just be one of the ones that are living off of you, because they gave you this sob story of how, they aren't doing good. If you've been on your job for 3 years, 4 years, whatever, you meet somebody who just started a job 2 months ago, you might want to let that one go too, or ask him what his job was before that. Now, if all his jobs them been 2 months and 1 week and 3 weeks, let it go, let it go. If he can't be consistent at work, he sure ain't gonna be consistent with you, okay? And obviously, there's gonna be a financial strain there, and you're not trying to go backwards, you're trying to go forward. So do yourself a favor and don't do that. So have someone that's meeting you where you are and trying to do better, just like you are. If you're renting a place and, you're trying to own a home or whatever, have somebody that's right there that's renting a place, got a job, been consistent. Have somebody that's like that, that's trying to move forward as well. You don't need to be going backwards. And that's major. They say, like, women want men to help them or whatever, but when a man needs help, they don't want to do that. Well, that's because men have really took advantage of that. And it's not all men, just like it's not all women. All women ain't good, all men ain't good. But for the ones that are, that's who we're talking about here. We're talking about the good ones. So have somebody that meets you where you're at. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to settle or let somebody make you feel bad just because you don't want to go backwards in a situation. And you don't have to. You're going forward. You don't need to go backwards. Only reason you need to go back is to see how far you came. And that's it. Don't let somebody make you feel bad because you're not willing to help them in a situation that they don't even want to help themselves in. So do yourself a favor. So really, it's just taking the time to heal. Don't get on social media putting yourself out there, trying to get the wrong type of attention and the wrong type of company, because if you go looking, you will definitely find it. Your healing is not going to come in a week or 2 or 3. I mean, unless you're a person like me who has been through a lot. So, my healing process gets a lot shorter, but I'm still not going to deal with anybody. Like, I just don't want to deal with people or men, whatever. I just, my tolerance is being reached and I just don't have time anymore. So, until God changes that and He sends someone that I know is sent from Him, I don't have time. I got so much other stuff to do, so much other stuff to focus on. I don't have time. Okay. And it's really hard these days to really know a person because, like I said, they put on a good front. So, know who you're dealing with and don't just try to deal with any and everybody. You don't need to. Give yourself time. You're strong. Like, I don't care where you need to understand that or feel it or pull it from. If you got to pull it from your big toe, if you got to pull it from your edges, you better pull it together and know that you're strong. God did not put you here to be a weak-minded woman. You are a strong woman and you need to find that because it's not okay. It's so many it's so many people. Like, and then they just go back and forth in these relationships, crying and sad. And then when their partner makes them happy, then they happy. Then they make them sad again and they crying. No, people can't make me happy and people can't make me sad. If I'm going to be happy, it's because I'm happy. If I'm going to be sad, it's because I'm sad. It ain't going to be because somebody made me be that. And if somebody loves you, then they shouldn't want to see you anything but happy. And times aren't always going to be good. Things happen in life. Somebody could get sick, lose their job, go into some type of depression. Those things you can work with in a relationship. Like, that's what you guys are there for, to help each other. Those are the things that people talk about, going through hard times in relationships. They're not talking about being cheated on in a relationship. That's not what they're talking about working on. Because if he wants somebody else or she wants somebody, let them go be with who they want. Don't sit up here and settle and be second, thinking like, well, he wants me or he's with me every night, or he ain't with you every night, obviously, because he's cheating on you. So if that's something you want to settle on, then congratulations, because you just became a part of the side chick club. Congratulations if that's what you want to settle for. But ain't no real woman out here settling for nobody cheating. And I can promise you that. So, don't settle. I promise you, you better pull that strength up. Pull your strength together. If you need to isolate yourself, if you need to take yourself off of social media and just focus and regain that focus, then you need to do that. I'm not saying the healing process is going to be easy, because it's not. You're going to have nights where you're crying. You're going to have nights where you feel like you just can't keep going. Not that you want to kill yourself, but like you just ready to call Craig and make it work after he done beat you up and called you all kind of names. Or he was with Tina and Teresa and, now you just want to be a part of the side chick or sister wife club. No, you need to isolate yourself. And especially the moments that you're feeling like that, call somebody who really cares about you. Y'all could call me. Send me a message in my inbox, because I promise you, by the time you get off the phone with me, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I ain't doing that. I got this. So reach out to me. I'm here. Like, I done been through a lot and I refuse to go backwards. Like this last situation. Of course, I thought that was going to be it. We done waited 13 years, my baby's dad. Oops, I thought that would be it. But it wasn't, unfortunately. It didn't work like that. But guess who had to be the strong one and be able to recognize that? Me. So I could have settled like everybody else, but that's just not what I do. I don't settle. Okay? So The only thing I will settle for is like if my nail shop ain't open and I gotta go to another one because I done broke a nail. Now then I'll settle for that kind of stuff. Like, okay, well let me just go to a new nail shop. But settling for a bad relationship, I'm not settling for that. Sorry. Not sorry. So really, that's really all I wanted to come and talk to you guys about. Um, I know stuff is not easy, but try your hardest to make it easy. Don't make it even harder on yourself. Don't go back to old things and old people that have hurt you because there's a reason why you left in the first place. There's a reason why you don't deal with that in the first place. Don't go back to people that just want to use you for your body because you're better than that. Know your worth, you know, stand firm on what you believe in. Don't settle for anything less than you deserve. Like I said, if you need to ask, like, how long you been on your job? You got your place, you got the, what do you have? Whatever I have is what I need you to have. Or, if you have more, that's good. Help me reach that. But don't go backwards and don't settle for anything less than you deserve. And, give yourself time. Give yourself time. Take a break. Learn a new hobby. Like me, I'm working on some things. So I went and got signed up in a sewing class. I'm about to learn how to sew. Like, I got plans going on. Okay. What else did I do? I might be going, to Atlanta. Might be going to Vegas, depending on this whole coronavirus thing, if they're not shutting things down. But I'm doing fun things and things like with friends that are gonna, just not feel anything, but just going to have fun, going to, do things that I enjoy and be around the people that I enjoy and people who actually care for me like I care for them. Not ones that want to see you down. Because there's a lot of people that are like that, like, oh, I told her that wasn't gonna work. Or, all the little nasty haterish things they say, but don't worry about them. They weren't in your room, they weren't in your house, they weren't dealing with the things that you were dealing with that person. And if the shoe was on the other foot, if they were smart, they wouldn't deal with it either. But they probably one of the ones settling, so they don't understand why you can't settle. So let them hate. Let them say what they want to. Let them say that they told you so, because they don't know what you're dealing with. Nobody was in that closed space with you and that person to be able to say what you should have done and what you shouldn't have. You don't have to deal with anything that you don't want to deal with, period. Especially, like I said, the main things: cheating, domestic violence, verbal abuse, whatever. You do not have to deal with that. Now, if somebody gets hurt or gets sick or whatever, by all means, you stick by your man, or stick by your woman. But all that other stuff, no, you just need to let it go because you deserve better than that. And there's somebody out here that is ready, once you're healed, to give you the things that you deserve. Don't go jumping into something else, taking your hurt out on another person, because that's not okay. Hurt people hurt people. So get over that hurt and then go into that next phase, into that next situation with the open heart, And, hopefully it works out. If not, it's not the end of the world. Like, it's not. And if you're at the point like me where you don't want to deal with nobody, then don't. It's a lot of stuff out here to do. Travel, take your kids on vacations. Do things that make you feel better. It doesn't have anything to do with another person. Like I said, people can't make you happy and people can't make you sad. That's for you. Don't look for no voids to be filled. You fill that void. So that's all I have. And like I said, if there's somebody out there who doesn't have anyone to talk to and you feeling, alone or weak or whatever, reach out to me. I will be more than happy to talk with you, help you out, because we're here for each other. And I don't want to see you being one of the ones to settle. I want to see you be strong, because that's who God created us to be. So I will see you guys in my next video. This will probably be a 2-part series. You'll know by the time it's posted if it was. So I'll probably post this one today. I'll do the second one on Wednesday. And I wish you guys nothing but the best. All right. So I will see you next time. Don't settle. Okay.